Are you in the middle of a major nationwide crisis and uncertain how you should respond? Well, don't worry. I'm here to tell you everything you need to know. First things first, of course, don't bother with sensible precautions, don't bother with a proportionate response, and above all, please, don't bother sparing a thought for anybody else who might actually be suffering as a result of the crisis. What your country needs from you is unfocused, self-obsessed panic. And I'm here to tell you how to panic. First things first. Don't forget you can always fall back on cartoon-style panic, where you run around, flail your arms in the air like Matt Smith at a wedding, and emit a high-pitched screaming noise. Admittedly, it's not very sophisticated, but it is better than not panicking at all. Let's talk about some slightly more sophisticated methods. Let's talk about soup. Good panicking means good stockpiling, and soup, of course, is one of the most important items to stockpile. You should calculate how much soup you might eat during your crisis, and then be sure to purchase at least 6 or 7 times that amount, whether or not you're actually planning to eat any of it. Now, I know this is a slightly unsavoury subject, but while we're talking stockpiles, we need to talk toilet paper. So how long does one of these things last? Maybe you get through a couple a week? Well, they come in packs of 9, so if 2 rolls last you a week, then the 9 pack should last you a month. And that means that even if you have to go into hiding for several weeks, realistically, 2 or 3 multi-packs should be plenty to see you through your crisis. But we're not being realistic, we're panicking. So what you need to do is run down to your local toilet paper emporium and scoop up the most enormous armful of the stuff that you can possibly carry. And then, when you get to the checkout, and you discover that they won't sell you 13 multi-packs because everybody else has had the same idea and they're running out of stock and they're cruelly restricting sales to a mere 5 packs per customer, please do remember to freak out, make a massive scene, and hurl vicious personal abuse at the shop assistant because they're clearly a selfish and unfeeling individual who simply does not appreciate the fact that you're panicking. And what you genuinely need in your life right now is 117 rolls of poo paper. Also bear in mind that you can conserve precious water by never flushing the toilet or taking a shower for the duration of your crisis. And don't shave. There is no fashion statement which screams entrenched long-term panic like catastrophically unkempt facial hair. Hand washing is great, of course, but please do try not to be too sensible about the scheduling. Instead of washing your hands in between tasks, for example, you should instead bloody-mindedly insist on doing it every hour on the hour. So as soon as you've washed, you'll go straight back to using the same tools that you were handling a minute ago, and therefore any germs which you've just left on those tools you will immediately pick up again, defeating the point of washing your hands in the first place. If your crisis involves an airborne pathogen of any kind, then you have to buy breathing masks. These things come in various grades, designed to tackle different sorts of pollutant or pathogen, but you should never stop and check whether you're getting the right one. If you buy the wrong sort of mask, then it will do nothing to protect you, but it's still worthwhile. Because what you can achieve by buying up all the masks is to make sure that there are none left for the people who actually need this kind of mask to do their job. So congratulations! You've just put someone out of work and made the economic consequences of your crisis even worse than what they needed to be. And that is a job well done. If your crisis happens to involve a virus, then make sure to buy plenty of antibacterial wipes and hand washes. The antibacterial properties will make absolutely no difference to the virus whatsoever, because a virus is about as different from a bacterium as a mushroom is different from a horse. But that's not the point. When you're panicking, a big science word like antibacterial basically counts as magic. Is it the right sort of pixie dust? What a foolish question. Of course it'll help. It's pixie dust. If your crisis happens to involve the undead, remain at all times within easy reach of a lawnmower, because lawnmowers are clinically proven to be effective against zombies. If your crisis involves a numerical milestone in history, or some sort of turning point in a calendar, then look, I don't want to tell you not to panic, because panicking is a noble art and you can never have too much practice at it. But the uncomfortable truth is that the death tolls from the Millennium Bug and that Mayan incident in 2012 were both 0. So if you're still worrying about something like that, then, frankly, you're being a bit of a wuss. And above all, you must avoid watching the mainstream broadcasters at all costs, and instead make sure that you get all of your information about the crisis from social media. Because the stuff that people post on social media never overstates the case, or spreads disinformation, or creates utter hysterical panic for no reason whatsoever. If a mere national broadcaster tells you that you need to panic, then you don't need to take that seriously. But if you've read something on the internet that tells you that you need to panic, then you know that the crisis is real. Well, that's all we've got time for now. But hopefully that's given you a really solid foundation, so now you can get out there and panic with the best of them. So enjoy the crisis, and thanks for watching.